Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk to you about health and healing, and this is an interesting topic for me because I was working as a nurse for 15 years, but now as a metaphysical counselor, I'm understanding health and healing in a different way. So, and what is interesting for me is to learn as why some people don't heal. But before we have a look at that, let's have a look at, health as our true nature. So, in essence, there's nothing there to be healed, and healing is just revealing our true nature. And when we talk about disease, it's when people have unconsciously absorbed beliefs from the race consciousness. So, this isn't a blame factor with people, saying it's your fault, you caused this or caused that. All right, but it's to understanding from a spiritual perspective what health and healing is. And when we talk about healing, it's to make whole. It's not a miracle cure. As I said, it's just to reveal someone's true nature. So this is interesting, and we can probably all think maybe of some people who have been sick for a long time, and this isn't meant to be in an unsympathetic way, but some people enjoy the attention they get from being sick, or maybe they can't work. So there's people in my family who are like this, so it's not, as I said, in an unsympathetic way that, not that they are feeling pain or feeling the symptoms every day, but it's just to have a look how they've become stuck in this identity of, their illness and, what they've maybe had almost all their lives. And there's an interesting spiritual healer called Caroline Myss, and she talks a lot about why people don't heal and why they are stuck. And it's interesting when I work with clients, so they don't come to see me and I'm gonna have a miracle cure for them and suddenly they're not going to have this disease or have these symptoms anymore. But it's to look at it from an awareness perspective, and then when they can look at it in a different way, and maybe just accepting as well, because a lot of the time people are in resistance to what's happening. It's just getting to a stage of acceptance, and sometimes we find symptoms, pain and things start to fall away. So let's have a look at, so have a think about, can you think of people in your own family, friends, and some possible reasons why maybe they don't heal? So, and there's actually a lot of reasons. So, people could be scared because they have this identity of their illness is who they feel they are. So if they didn't have this identity of the illness, who would they be? And also when people are starting to, as I said, they don't know they're revealing their true nature, but when they're trying to explore their illness, often they're afraid, if they're talking about how they feel, things from the past, it can bring up a lot of emotions for them as well. Sometimes people get a lot of attention as well. And again, I don't mean it in a bad way, but sometimes people can be manipulative when, if they are sick, about getting attention, getting approval, they can't do certain things. And I'm sure there's quite a lot of people who are sick who wish they could go to work, but there's also a lot of people who they can't work, and in a way they kind of enjoy not working. And if they were healed of their condition, then maybe they would have to go out and get a job. So this could be, maybe they don't want to, but actually maybe it's a confidence thing. They haven't worked for a long time, and what would they do? And it's kind of a new identity, and in a way a kind of new life for them as well. Also as well, I worked with a client once, and people like sometimes to be in conflict with people, like doctors and hospitals. I worked with a client and she came with reams of notes, and she was always wanting to blame someone for her condition as well. And sometimes people like the attention, even though it's stressful with conflict. But sometimes again, it's as I said, it's stressful for people, but they enjoy having someone to blame as well. So, the things I'm saying is not to be in a unsympathetic way, and people are unaware they're doing it. That's the thing, they've unconsciously doing these things, and it is, fear to let go, and maybe it distracts them from other feelings, other things that are going on in their life. Maybe they need to forgive people and they don't know how, so it seems easier to stay stuck in their illness and where they are. So again, so when so if people are sick, we're not saying it's your fault, you've got ABC. It's not at all. It's just looking at it from revealing their wholeness, their true nature, and consciously some beliefs, as I said, they might have absorbed from race consciousness. There's also a lot of things which interests me again about the mind-body connection. You might be aware of Louise Hay's book, Heal Your Body. She was also the author of Heal Your Life. And this book, in the back, it's got A to Z of different conditions, and what it does, it just looks beyond the physical symptoms and looks at possible mental, emotional causes as well. Now, this isn't set in stone and 100% true, because we find we have lots of people with the same symptoms, same illnesses, but have different thought patterns. But for sure, it can be a starting point. And quite a lot of my friends, they'll message me and say, "Oh, I've got a bad knee, I've got a constant headaches, can you look in your book?" And when I tell them, some possible causes, it's actually, it can be something they're going through in life, some emotions and things in their personal life. So, but then I'm not saying to them, you've got pain in your knee because of this. We can't say that. So, but it's just saying a probable cause. So, and it's a good starting point, I think, not to just look at the physical symptoms that someone's having, because it's very easy to go to the doctor, you get painkillers, pain goes away, comes back. We're not actually healing's not going to take place at this level, but it's just to invite us to look at things beyond the physical level and look at possible the mental, emotional causes as well, and also bringing into the spiritual element and understanding health and healing in a different way. And so it's an interesting way to look at things after so many years of being a nurse and dishing out the drugs and the medicines, and so this is an interesting way to have a look at things. And again, we wouldn't say to someone, stop taking all your medicine, because we're going to look at the emotions behind this, but it's just and we work as well with doctors and physicians, so it can be a collaborative care as well. So this is just offering you a different perspective and understanding health and healing in a different way. All right, so I hope that's been interesting for you, and talk to you again soon.